Hi guys, welcome to Adam McKola TV. Adam, how are you doing? This is the Manchester United against Swansea preview. United take on Swansea at Old Trafford in a vital Premier League game for both teams. Swansea in the relegation zone. No, a victory and a defeat for Hull would mean they step out of that relegation zone. And of course, a victory for United means we go into the top four. So it's a big game at both ends of the table. Swansea come into this game knowing they've beaten Manchester United 4 of the last 10 times they have played us. Now, I can't think of many other, mid-table to lower table teams that have a record like that over Manchester United. It's a very, very good record for them. And I'm sure they will come to Old Trafford with Lambert, the boss, and they'll come here expecting to get a result, trying to fight and cause a shock at Old Trafford. There's no expectancy on them. There's no, they have to go and get a result. So they can take the pressure off. They've got players like Sigurdsson, Llorente that can cause Manchester United problems and get no doubts. This is a huge game for Manchester United. How are you doing? Manchester is red. Aditya, Petulia, Texa, Mankstat, Elliot. How are you guys all doing? Ishan as well, Zayn, Imran, thank you all for getting involved in the comments below. We've got about 50 people in here at the moment. That number will keep climbing as well. So you guys get your questions in for the stream. Get your questions in for myself as well on the preview. We'll be talking about Jose Mourinho's press conference, what news he has given us ahead of the game. Obviously, Jose Mourinho did his press conference after the game against Manchester City midweek. It then gets embargoed and it gets released later on. Now, in that press conference, he said Mata is close to a return. Pogba is more likely to play on the Thursday against Celta Vigo, and Rooney could play in midfield. And that's an interesting one because we know when Jose Mourinho arrived at the club, he said Wayne Rooney would not play in a number 6, a number 8. He was a number 10 or a number 9. We all remember that. And now he's gone away from that and he's said Wayne Rooney could play in the midfield. That's simply because we've got no other options. Pogba out, Fellaini suspended. We've only got Carrick and Herrera available. We've obviously sold Schweinsteiger and Schneiderlin. Timothy Fosu Mensah picks up an injury. United are thin on the ground, particularly in midfield. With only Carrick and Herrera remaining, it looks like Jose will call upon Wayne Rooney to play in that position. So it'd be very, very interesting how that one goes down. Tuanzebe as well is also sniffing around selection, and that's because we've got no centre-halves. So United have really got a lot of problems at the moment going into this game. Bailey and Blind, the only available centre-halves. Bailey's played so much football recently as well. Hopefully he doesn't pick up any injuries, and after this game, he's got a 3-4 day rest until the Thursday game against Celta Vigo, which is a positive. But Bailey and Blind are the only fit centre-halves. Axel Tuanzebe is the next one in behind them. So will he get some minutes as well? I think we'll have to give him some minutes, and it'd be nice if we could go 2 or 3-0 up to enable Jose Mourinho to bring him off the bench in a relaxed situation in front of 70,000 fans, and he can just play out the game if he is needed for the next game against Celta Vigo, or even that game against Arsenal. Then at least he's had a few minutes under his belt. So yeah, I'm not seeing any of your questions at the moment. What's going on here? Let me have a look what's happening, because I'm not seeing any questions at the moment. Right, I've got your questions up on my phone now. So I am getting your questions up. I can see Manny's in there, Imran, Subic, Nigel, Zuzeli, Michael, Tsegi, Antoine Griezmann's back, JMUFC, Solbic. I can see all your guys' comments. I've got my phone up now, so I'll still be getting your comments. I just can't see them on my screen, so apologies if I do look away. So that's the team news for Manchester United then. Going into this game, no matter, but he is close to a return. Pogba's close to a return, should be back for Celta Vigo. Rooney could play in midfield. This is after Jose Mourinho at the beginning of the season said he wasn't a 6, he wasn't an 8, he was a 9 or a 10, and now we're being forced to play him in midfield. Tuanzebe is knocking on the door behind Bailey and Blind. That's because we've got no defenders. Either Smalling, Jones and Rojo are out. gutted with that one. And Bailey's played so much ball. So that is the way the squad is looking at the moment. We are still without Zlatan, Mata, Pogba, Rojo, Smalling, Jones for this game, and Timothy Fosu Mensah as well. So that is a big, big injury list, and that's a worrying one as well. Right. Nigel says he wants to see a 4-4-2 with Rashford and Martial up front. The team that I've selected for this game, now I think he's going to rest Anthony Martial with that game against Celta Vigo in mind. Now I wouldn't mind seeing Martial and Rooney up top in a similar way that we went to, was it Burnley, and played and won. Because could Rashford be rested with that game against Celta Vigo in mind? But the team I've picked anyway is David De Gea, Tony V, Bailey Blind, Luke Shaw, Carrick, Herrera, we have to go with that. Rooney in front of them with Mkhitaryan, Lingard and Marcus Rashford in the team. So that's my lineup. Mickey T might not start. Imagine if we went with Rashford, Lingard and Martial. That's so much pace in that team, and it would be an interesting one if we did. Just say with like Lingard sitting in behind Rashford and Martial. Can you imagine the pace and the movement of that front three if then you had Carrick, Herrera and Rooney a little bit deeper in the side? So that could be an interesting one. We can do it, says Michael. Mohammed says Fellaini isn't available. We know Fellaini isn't available. He's suspended. Manny Plays is in the comments again as well. Played Darwin at centre-back. He's played there before for Torino. He has, but do we want to be relying on him? I'd rather go with Twanzebe at centre-half. You haven't missed much, M1 Conejo. We've just been talking about Jose Mourinho's press conference. He confirmed Juan Mata is close to a return. Pogba is close to a return, but should be back for Celta Vigo. Not this Sunday, unfortunately. Rooney could play in midfield. Twanzebe's knocking on the door. Jose said he's even in the gym getting ready in case he's needed for centre-half. So could we see Axel Twanzebe and Jose Mourinho at centre-half against Swansea? Could it possibly happen? Maybe. Just maybe. Lingard, Rooney, Rashford, says Michael Brook. Adam says, where is Pereira's? Nickel. Which Pereira? Joel Pereira's injured. Andreas Pereira's on loan. I haven't seen the prank on Pogba. I'll go and check that out later on today. Do I think Martial will come good? Asked Rizwan. I do think Martial will come good. Can Fellaini play Europa? Says Glenn. Fellaini can play Europa, suspended for domestic action. When is Rojo back? Rojo's not going to be back this season. I doubt he'll even be available for pre-season as well. His injury is a big, big injury, and it could see him out for the remainder of the year, or at least most of the year, which is very, very disappointing. Jose Mourinho, the next Vidic, says Nigel. Tobias says Mourinho as centre-half would be solid. Manchester is red. Tell Suraj to fuck off, which I probably agree with, to be honest, as well. We've got a fake Adam McKola in the comments. Please do not feed the trolls. Andrew Luby, do not feed the trolls, mate. Just get involved in the debate. Do not worry about it. Andreas Pereira got relegated, Adam. Well, Pereira never got relegated. Granada got relegated. And what did you expect? As soon as you bring Tony Adams in, it's not going to get any better. The only way is your continued decline. Now, Andreas Pereira's had a great year there of football as well. So I don't really care if Granada got relegated. I think Andreas Pereira's had a lot of minutes under his belt. He's been playing some very good football. He's been getting experience at a top level, starting week in, week out. I think that loan move has done Andreas Pereira the world of wonders. Wazza at number 8. Donnarumma or Romero, says Ilshad. I think that's an obvious answer to that one, which is Donnarumma. But I'm not I don't mind Sergio Romero at all. That's not anything against him. But Donnarumma is a fucking keeper and a half. So Swansea, what kind of threat do they pose to Manchester United? It'll be interesting to see who they play. But obvious threats are Llorente and Sigurdsson. Does anyone else see anybody else posing us any problems? And don't worry, guys, Suraj has been blocked. So the block has been enforced. It's like having Eric Bailly in the comments. Boom! Blocked. Anybody else want to get a block? Then you just carry on going that way. Llorente is their top goal scorer, I think, with 12 goals. He's been getting criticised for being lazy and stuff like that, but he has been scoring an odd couple of goals. So So he will, of course, be a threat. And with Bailey and Blind playing at centre-half and Blind not being a natural centre-half, maybe he could cause him some problems. But I think Blind has done very, very well from that centre-half position this season whenever he's been called upon. So yeah, guys, this game for Manchester United is a huge game. Win this game, we are in the top 4. Simply no excuses for United not to perform in this match. We need to go out there, get all 3 points regardless of the injuries. And I'm confident Manchester United will do that. I'm going for a 3-0 victory to Manchester United. And I want you guys to get your comments in below. I want your score predictions and also your predicted lineups as well. So who do you want to see in the lineup? My lineup is David De Gea, Valencia, Bailey, Blind, Shaw, Carrick, Herrera, Rooney, Mkhitaryan, Lingard and Rashford. I wouldn't be surprised to see Mkhitaryan rested though. And maybe, could we see Lingard, Rashford and Marshall in a front three? That would be so quick and I would love to see that. My score prediction's 3-0. What is yours? Get in the comments below. Thank you all for joining us on McKola TV. I'll be back tomorrow with reaction from Old Trafford, hopefully after a United victory. I'm off tonight to the Anthony Joshua Klitschko fight and I'll have a vlog for you coming soon on that as well. So make sure you hit the subscribe button, like, comment and share. I'm McKola. I'm out of here.